name is Meghedi, and I'm a third-generation survivor of the genocide. Our family history of the genocide comes from the region of Erzincan, from my great-great-grandfather, Nishan Naranyan. He was 16 years old at the time, and his tragic story has been passed down to my father, who passed it down to us. In March of 1915, he received a letter from the Turks stating that he had to join the army. But in order for him to avoid this, his father sent him to the mountains to hide. And he sent a letter back to the Turks stating that he would not be able to join the army because he was in Bolis at the time. After Nishan Naranyan hid in the mountains for about a month, he decided to return to his village of Erzincan one night. And when he did, what he saw was a scene that horrified him. His entire village was in ruins and his house was completely destroyed. The only thing that was left was a wood oven that they used to cook. And when he went into the house searching for his new bride, Anna, 15 years old, and his mother, his grandmother, and his sisters, he did not find anybody in the house. As he went to the yard, that's where he saw his grandfather, who was tied to a tree with multiple wounds to his head and his chest, and he was shot to death. This scene completely horrified him, and it was at that point where one of their Kurdish neighbors, an old lady, approached Nishan crying and told him the story that the Turks had attacked the village, and they took his mother, his sister, and his new bride, and all the female figures in his family. They raped them, they killed them, and they were thrown in a nearby river. And before his mother was killed, his baby brother was taken away from the mother's arms, and he was beheaded, and his dead body was thrown back into his mother's arms. And after hearing this story, Nishan was completely horrified, and he went back up to the mountains where he was hiding previously, and he joined the army that was led by Erzincanci Murad, and he participated in a lot of battles. In one battle, he received multiple wounds to his stomach. He was shot in his stomach, and at that point he was sent to Tiflis, where he received treatment for about 6 months. And then he was sent to Russia, being the sole survivor of a family where he lost 85 family members and 85 members of the village, who were all killed by the Turks. He was the lone survivor, and he himself started a new generation of an Armenian family, and his legacy lives on now with 12 grandchildren, and they have all had grandchildren themselves. And we now continue to fight for his justice and justice for all the people, the 1.5 million people who died at the genocide. And we still demand reparation and justice for all.